Sandy in Indian Falls, and Sandy doesn't give me a state. So I don't know. Sandy, I have no idea what state you're in, but thanks for saying you're in Indian Falls. So Sandy writes and says, I see those big IRS-V speakers that you have, and I see there are a lot of drivers. Yes, there are. How in the world are all those drivers connected in such a way that they all work at the same time? Wouldn't that be an incredible load on the amplifier? Well, yeah, it would if they were all in parallel. So let's take a look. What do we have here on the front? You've got 12 mid-ranges on the front and I think 24 tweeters. So each of these is a 4 ohm driver. And I don't know what the parallel impedance of a 12 4 ohm drivers. I mean, so 2 4 ohm drivers in parallel is cut in half, 2 ohms. And then if you did it again, 2 more, you're down to 1 ohm. And before you know it, there's no amplifier in the world that's going to be able to drive it. So how do they connect these 100 and something drivers up? Well, they do it in what's called series parallel. And I think we talked about series parallel in an earlier episode, but if you have a question, you bring it up, Paul's going to answer it as best he can, right? So series parallel is where we take some of these drivers and we put them in series, one connected to the other, so that like these 4 here would be in series. So plus to minus, minus to plus, and connected all together. Now, the opposite happens. Instead of parallel, we have series, which means they add. So 4, 8, 12, 16 ohms. Now, if you take those 4 as a group and put them to another group, 2 16 ohm groups in parallel make 8 ohms. And then you take that same set and you put those 2 8 ohm groups in parallel, now you're down to 4 ohms. And they all work at the same time. So that's called series parallel, and that's how all of these are driven. The woofers, by the way, used to be all ganged together. And there were, you can't see them from the camera angle, I don't think, but there are 6 12-inch woofers, all of them 4 ohms. That was like an incredible load, but the amplifier handled it with ease because it was designed to do so. But typically, that's what we do. All right, thanks for the question. Take it easy.